Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be what are people noticing about you. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which card has a message for you. We have group number 1, group 2, group 3 and group 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi group 1. So people are realizing that you have received karmic justice and triumphed over the past. I feel this energy that if there were things that plagued you or challenged you, certain struggles you may have had earlier on, whether this is earlier on in your life or this could be referring to, several years ago, there's this sense that you have ascended or grown past these challenges. The biggest change, though, I keep seeing here with this Queen of Wands is confidence. You have immense amounts of confidence, and I'm hearing you're unshakable. So if you ever doubted yourself in the past, or you've done a certain level of work when it comes to, I'm getting like affirmations, subliminals, I feel as though this group, you've healed your subconscious mind. You've healed limitations. You've healed concepts about yourself that were limiting you, because I'm also getting that people are noticing that you're a force of nature, that you can overcome anything, that you're powerful. Like you can see this steely determination in her eyes. And I just get this sense of, for some of you, eyes on the prize. So you may be very confident and really be believing in yourself, and you may be going after a particular dream or business or goal or pursuit. And people are really noticing that about you as well. But it's like you've really transformed, essentially. You have changed a lot, especially when it comes to confidence, independence. Even for some of you, maybe even your financial status, you could be in a very abundant energy, or you're moving into that time frame. But with the 2 of Cups and 6 of Wands, there's something here where people are noticing that things always work out in your favor. Like some of these individuals could have seen you at a point in time with this 10 of Wands where you were either struggling or you were trying to overcome something, or things in your life were a lot more, I want to say, either difficult or messy or chaotic. And it's like now you're in this energy, you're a master alchemist. It's like you can turn the pain, the sorrow, the challenges into gold, and you can see all this gold around her. And that's what I'm getting. It's like you've got a golden aura, or the Midas touch. You've been able to transform things. I also am hearing you have the ability to turn dreams and ideas into reality. So there's something here where you could currently be taking a vision or taking an idea, and it's becoming very profitable or fruitful for you, or it will be. I also am hearing your people are noticing how talented you are. Some of you with this Queen of Wands and 6 of Wands could be showcasing your gifts or your talents. For some of you as well, with the Star and the Queen of Wands, you have really powerful spiritual gifts, or your gifts or your talents are otherworldly. And it's like people are noticing just how talented you are. Yeah, with the Queen of Wands as well, you can see this volcano in the background. People are noticing you're very fierce, but they may not have always seen this side of you. Like they're noticing that you're more fierce or you're more powerful than they ever realized. You also have unshakable trust in yourself and the divine. People are also noticing that your life is divinely led, because with the Star, the Queen of Wands and the 6 of Wands, it's almost like they may feel like there's a universal force or universal energies are helping you to receive your results. That there's something working behind you, because it's almost like how things shift for you or how you're able to get certain results just seems unlikely or improbable to the people that are watching you. It's almost like they can't put their finger on it, or they can't quite figure out how you're doing it. With Justice and 9 of Pentacles, I'm also hearing people are noticing how balanced you are, especially as well in your feminine and masculine polarities. I feel like you have a good balance of, I want to say, a lot of attributes. It's like you have, for example, we need to also be in that energy of the light, but we also need to be aware or conscious of the shadow. We can have the polarity of being very loving and kind, but we can also be quite fierce and strong. It's like you've mastered all these opposing energies or aspects of yourself and brought them into wholeness and integrated them, and people are noticing that about you. I think for this group, you've done immense amounts of self-work and healing on yourself, and it's like it's spilling over into the physical. And some of these people witnessing or noticing these things about you may not have even known this was possible, because I'm getting with Ascension, for some of you, this is like a spiritual rebirth, or you've gone through a lot of changes within yourself, and they might be kind of shocked or trying to figure out what exactly this is. I also keep hearing people are noticing again how abundant, either how abundant you are or how abundant your energy is. I feel like in this life, you have the potential to generate endless amounts of abundance. People may be noticing as well that you go your own way. You follow your own path. You took the road less traveled and it really paid off, because look at where you're at. There may be some comparisons that are happening between yourself and your journey and their own, because they're noticing that, you know, definitely for you and your path, your trajectory, taking the road less traveled, I also just heard they're noticing you're fearless. Fear doesn't hold you back. That doesn't mean you never experience fear, but fear does not hold you back in the way it would someone else. So you're very courageous. You were happy to confront, I'm hearing, your shadow, your darkness, the fears that plagued you. You were able to sit with them and transmute them. And that's why you're kind of unlimited and liberated now. I feel like as well, people know that you have solid boundaries and you value yourself, and anyone or anything that doesn't match the energy that you bring to the table, you're kind of happy to leave or walk the path alone. You're not going to stay in connection with people and situations and energies that don't serve you. Again, there's something about how you live that's very bold or radical or unconventional. So for example, because on the bottom of the deck, on the first oracle, we have travel. Yeah, and look at this dragon energy. You're a lot more powerful and fierce than people had noticed originally. Inner and outer journeys, believe in yourself, big shifts. I think you've been on a huge journey. I think you're a completely different person to the person you were when you knew these individuals. Or there could be people from your past that are noticing you, looking, you know, they could be, you know, just looking at you on social media or just thinking about you and wondering about you and your journey in your life. But there's something about your life I feel that's very fascinating, because you may have chosen, again, the road less traveled. You could have chosen a trajectory or path that was very different to these people. So it's almost like through witnessing you or watching you, they're seeing how things can play out. Like for some of these people, they didn't even know this level of transformation was possible, or they didn't know that you could take, or perhaps they didn't fully believe that you could take a dream or take an idea out of thin air and generate so much abundance and gold and success from it. And it's like through this process and through witnessing you, they've really learned a lot about themselves. I just heard a lot about their limiting thoughts. We have unlock your gifts, sacred gifts, energy senses, pure love is the key. You have a lot of talents and a lot of abilities. And for some of you, what you may be focused or determined toward, whether this be an endeavor, a career path, even like a side hustle or project, you may be really showcasing some of these talents. And with Ascension and the stars, some of these gifts and sacred gifts, some of these gifts are actually spiritual. So what people are noticing about you is how otherworldly you are. It's almost like through watching and witnessing you, they're learning about the divine, or they're learning about, you know, divine intervention, synchronicity, how we can live our life in a way that is really in sync with our soul. With this Nine of Pentacles as well, I'm also getting this energy that for some of you, you show other people that there's other ways to make money, that you don't have to, I just heard the saying, you don't have to sell your soul, or you don't, perhaps it's like there's other alternative streams of income. You can utilize your talents in a way that generates abundance. I just keep getting there's something about you that breaks the mold or helps people see outside of the matrix, outside of the box. Again, there's something you've overcome in your past, I feel, and you're receiving karmic justice for, that people may not have thought it was possible to overcome. dreamscape, dream work, subconscious, imagination. Again, for some of you, you may have very profound dreams or prophetic dreams. With subconscious, I already said for this group, I feel like you've done a lot of healing of the subconscious mind. You've been able to free yourself from certain limitations, free yourself from the past. You're not bound to fear the way a lot of people are, and they're noticing that about you. With imagination, I already mentioned, I feel for this group, you're able to turn your dreams into reality, or you have some sort of imagination or creative ideas, visions, downloads, even prophetic or intuitive messages that you can turn into something. Like you may get a lot of downloads or messages around your finances or business or career. So we have reflective truth, identity, self-love, acceptance. Yeah, I feel like your level of confidence and self-love has gone through the roof. You're far more confident within yourself. You have unconditional love for self. There's a trust that it's almost like you've poured a lot of energy into establishing a relationship with yourself, right? And that connection you have with self is so strong, it's unshakable. And I think people are noticing through witnessing you just how powerful that connection is you have with self. Again, some of you with subconscious have done, for example, mirror work, subliminals. You've worked with these energies in such a way that it's transformed you, because I keep seeing as well here these butterfly symbols. So the biggest thing people notice about you is that you're a completely new person. You're so drastically different to how they once knew you or how they once perceived you. Because of course, how people once thought of you or their perceptions isn't always reflective of truth. But I just feel like they can see you've changed so much, and they're realizing, I keep looking at this crow, they're realizing you're more spiritually gifted than they either thought or ever knew. And also I feel like you're more mysterious, because it's like there's an energy that's operating through you and operating through your life that they may not be able to understand. We trust in the star. They're noticing how much faith you have, that you're not afraid to leave the shore. It's making me think of Moana. It's like not being too afraid to venture out, to experience. Some of you, again, this could tie into travel. People are noticing if you travel or you're traveling, or you live a life that's unencumbered. You live a life that's kind of more free-spirited, and wonders, and Queen of Wands. It's like, I'm hearing you're like a mystery box. It's like you unfold one layer and then you go a little bit deeper and there's another layer. There's all these aspects of you. It's like, instead of being one-dimensional, you have like eight dimensions to yourself, right? Or and again, not literally 8, but there's this sense that they keep unraveling this story of who you are, and it's like layer under layer, and they just keep digging. And it's like they may have had an image of you in the past that was more one-dimensional because they just didn't see all these layers, or they may not have the level of depth and soul and insight that you do, so they're not even aware of this energy. Cosmic downloads, higher heart healing, see the bigger picture. Again, I feel for this group, some of you are psychic, some of you are channels. You can receive these higher dimensions and these energies. With higher heart healing, I feel like you've done a lot of healing on yourself. A lot of transformation. We see a bigger picture, especially with trust here. Some people feel, because I'm getting like eagle eye view, some people feel like you can see the bigger plan or have an idea of what's going to happen before it does, and that's what's helping you get to success. Like you may have premonitions, or you receive downloads directly from the divine, which help you with, for example, a business or a project, and then it leads to success. And you have fertile ground, Pegasus, unicorn energy, rainbow child. Some people are realizing as well that you are a unicorn, that you're rare, that it's hard, your energy is hard to come by, that, they haven't met anyone like you and they never will. Like there's something very original about you. And it's like your energy, your ideas, your projects can't be replicated. Okay, so here we have, I reap what I sow. Today I remember that all I think and all I do will come back to me in some way. I understand that I reap the fruits of what I sow and fill my life with thoughts and deeds of abundance, light, and love. I sow these seeds knowing I will harvest the greatest of riches. And look at the illumination, the golden light here. But again, I feel like for this group, you've done a lot of a healing with your thoughts and your mind, your subconscious mind and your conscious mind. I just heard change your thoughts, change your reality. So I feel like you've shed limiting beliefs, you've shifted your thoughts, you've also shifted how you think about yourself, which has created a lot of change for you. A door to the infinite. At my heart center, there is a door that leads to the infinite. Today I visit my heart center and open that door. As I enter, I experience a deep sense of serenity, and I understand that I am eternal, that I am indestructible. From here, I can see beyond my life's challenges to the higher levels of my existence. I know now that my inner light is infinite. See, and again, look at the golden light here around this entire card. It's like the abundance and the blessings that are either flooding into your life or about to flood into your life are coming directly from the divine because of the energy you've unlocked within self, right? You've been able to tap into source self, your infinite self, and that's what's leading to this lack of fear as well. And I keep seeing wings here. You have wings here with this unicorn, the butterflies, and wings here. So there's a sense that you're going to fly, you're going to soar, you're going to touch the sky. You have infinite abilities. And part of where this is coming from, again, is because you've tapped into who you truly are. And it's like through witnessing you and things that people are noticing about you, it's helping to set them free in their own life. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 2. So what people are noticing about you is that you are starting fresh. You're in a brand new cycle, a brand new timeline, and you're not taking any of the sadness or the disappointments of the past with you. You're headed towards new beginnings, new horizons. And I feel for this group, you're really having this courage to express yourself, to express your talents, your gifts. And I just heard with the magician, the Ace of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, I'm hearing you're the magician of your own life. For some of you as well, you left behind something with the Four of Cups and Five of Swords that was disappointing or wasn't working out, wasn't bringing fulfillment, and you started fresh. There's like a clean slate for you. You let it go, you moved on. People are noticing that you don't carry baggage with you. You don't take on other people's, like if people come at you with negative energy or they're not contributing positively to your life, you have no trouble either cutting them off, walking away, and just starting fresh. And that's what I feel for some of you. You may have literally done that. People are noticing as well that you chose yourself with the Lovers and the Fool. You chose yourself, you chose your own happiness, you chose what felt right for you. And with Merkaba, I get this energy that you've grown or ascended beyond difficulties of the past. It's like it doesn't affect you emotionally anymore. So it's like for others as well, I feel like people have noticed that you've forgiven or you've completely let go of what has happened. I'm hearing that song, Break My Stride. Nothing's going to break my stride. Nobody's going to slow me down. I've got to keep on moving. And that's what I feel for you. Like you haven't allowed difficulties or disappointments to kind of slow your progress in life or to lead you to kind of give up or let go of your dreams. You still work toward them. You just transmute that energy quite quickly, honestly. I feel like people may be noticing that you get over things or you got over them very quickly. If we're referencing, for example, there could be like someone from the past that there was a disappointment or there was some sort of letdown or something not working out, and you've been able to transmute that energy and keep it moving, especially with the Smokey Quartz. So for some of you, there could be someone who's noticing you and noticing that you're completely over them. And that won't resonate for all, but I was getting a little bit of that energy because I'm feeling if there was a situation here where something didn't work out or you chose yourself or you had to just let it go, it's like they may be noticing that you're unaffected, you're unbothered. I feel basically, especially people from your past in general, they may notice that you're completely unbothered with what happened in the past or what they did or said or, you know, how things went. You're like, no, like it's done. I've forgiven it. I'm letting this go. For me, the book is closed. So people may be noticing that that chapter is, I just heard, dead and over for you. Yeah, your energy is very progressive, right? Very forward thinking. I get kind of like a pioneer energy where you're setting your sights on higher, or I should not higher, but larger horizons, where you're focusing on how you can improve your life, how you can grow and evolve, what's serving your highest good and what isn't. I just feel like you may not be taking a lot with you. You may just really be focused on a new and fresh start. With the Magician, the Ace of Wands and Three of Pentacles, people are noticing that you're more creative than they ever realize, and you're more skilled, you're more talented, and I just heard the word innovative. So for some of you, you could be creating something or starting a venture or doing something that is quite new. With that Fool, you could be having a fresh start, not just emotionally, not just in terms of self and your inner realm, but a fresh start as well in the type of, for example, career you have or lifestyle. There could be some sort of drastic or radical change I'm hearing in how you live your life now versus when they knew you. So you could have made some really, powerful or important changes. You could I just keep seeing this blank slate. For some of you, literally started over. This could be like moving away from this energy and starting fresh and giving yourself a fresh start. But that fresh start can also come right internally and energetically. But I just feel your energy feels very fresh, where it's almost like going through a cleansing, especially with that Smoky Quartz, where you've transmuted a lot of energy, you've cleansed your energy. You're not really taking a lot of this with you. And I feel like I keep getting the word unbothered, like you just don't care. You don't care. Like if someone did such and such, or someone's, trying to get a reaction, I just feel like it's not really working on you, or it's not getting under your skin. Yeah, you're just like completely unbothered. You're very focused on self as well. There's a really strong energy of prioritizing yourself. And I said earlier about people are noticing that you chose yourself, but I'm hearing people are noticing that you always choose yourself. In the sense of you put self first, you take care of your own needs, self-love before pouring into others. You have a really healthy amount of self-love, really healthy boundaries. You're very clear on your own priorities and values, and you won't compromise that for others. You won't allow people to talk you out of who you know yourself to be or what you know is important for yourself in your own life. I'm just hearing as well, people are noticing that you're not afraid, or you're no longer afraid of the unknown. There could have been an ending here or a disappointment and something that didn't work out that ushered you into the unknown because you were not satisfied there, or it wasn't having, perhaps the results or the fulfillment that you really long for. It's like you just threw caution to the wind in the sense of letting go and starting fresh. You're not afraid to start over, and that takes a level of bravery and courage. Okay, we have Beyond Cycles. Find and embrace yourself, new direction, releasing old patterns. This card literally confirms everything we just spoke about. But that's what I'm getting. Definitely a really strong energy of, again, I keep hearing choosing yourself. It makes me think of when a connection either isn't working out or has ended, right? And then we're in this energy of disappointment or sadness or feeling down, but then we're like, no, like I'm going to take this, I'm going to grow, I'm going to become a stronger person from this, or I'm going to turn that pain or that disappointment into art, into self-empowerment. That's what I'm getting for you. But with new direction, people are definitely noticing that you're doing something new. You're living in a very different way. Some of you could have detoxed or cleansed your lifestyle with the Fool and Smoky Quartz. It makes me think of someone, like say you engaged in, well, I want to say negative habits, but everyone's version of a negative habit could change, it could vary. Like for example, I'm thinking of someone that used to, go out and party or used to enjoy going out drinking, and now, they live a sober lifestyle. They're meditating, they're exercising, they're drinking herbal teas, and it doesn't literally have to be that, but that's what I'm getting. Like there could have been a big shift in how you were living, like you live in healthier ways, or you could have been, for example, someone that loved to indulge in terms of unhealthy foods or habits, and it's like now your lifestyle is very healthy, right? It's very clean and crisp. You could have gone from someone that didn't really have much of a schedule and liked to stay up late, and now you have a very clear, sleep routine. And there's something about you've improved all areas of your life, and that also includes your lifestyle and health habits. Yeah, I'm definitely getting like nutrition, you know, like taking care of your body. And well, mind, body, spirit. You may have become more into kind of wellness, holistic health. We have cosmic heart source, source of all true home, just be heart connection. Also, you could have got into meditation. I forgot to add that. Or a spiritual practice. Yeah, it's like you've really come home to yourself, right? It's like something not working or a disappointment or ending in the physical or in a connection has led you back to self. It led you back to the highest version of yourself. And people are noticing. It's like I don't know how to explain this energy. It's a quiet confidence. It's a quiet strength. It's not very loud. Like you can see this person has, I just get a silence from this card, like a stillness, but it's unshakable. So for some of you as well, you've really tapped into the source of who you really are. And I feel like your level of faith in yourself, in the divine, is unshakable. Also your faith in your dreams. If in the past people were able to get a reaction out of you, or these are like naysayers who would spread negativity or, you know, put down your dreams, your visions, your ideas, it's like they can't get that reaction anymore. So people are noticing that you're non-reactive, you don't respond to them in the same way. And part of that is because I feel like you're emotionally done with these people or the past in general. But I'm just getting like you're very, you've mastered self, right? And this could again pertain to your lifestyle habits. If you had any addictions or bad habits or toxic lifestyle influences or people, even like some of this toxicity that you shed and transmuted could have literally been people that you've removed from your life. But it's like you've cleared that, you've overcome it, and you've mastered yourself and your reactions. You have trust, overcoming doubts, insecurities, and patience. You've worked with yourself slow and steady, overcoming limitations, overcoming fear, letting go of the past, moving on, moving forward. And it's like that energy. You've kept growing, you've kept evolving. I'm also hearing slow and steady wins the race. And people are noticing as well that when you do things the right way, because I feel for this group, and again, technically there's no one right way, because the right path for me or the right way of doing things for me may not resonate with you individually, but there's a sense here of you didn't take any shortcuts to attain this growth or to attain, you know, the success, the abundance, the well-being that you're walking into. You took your time, slow and steady, but it's having a huge payoff for you, or there's big results from it. You literally have patience again. So patience, oneness, balance, patience, divine masculine. With divine masculine, it's making me think of setting boundaries, setting goals, being very practical in your approach. So there could be something that you're doing that you have a very practical mindset toward, and that's really paying off for you as well. Or the way you're going about things is very, I want to use the word strategic, in the sense of you may have a really clear plan for yourself. Again, I keep getting this theme around a routine, having a solid routine, or having, for example, it makes me think of having a creative idea or a business idea and then breaking it down, literally having a business plan and working step by step to bring it to reality. It's like you're blending and merging the spiritual with the practical. Okay, you have new beginnings on the Fool. Yeah, new horizon here, right? I'm hearing that song by Celine Dion, A New Day Has Come. And that's what I feel. There's definitely, it's not even a new day. There's a brand new life for you that I feel you've started, or you're on that journey toward. And with new beginnings as well, people are noticing that there's much bigger horizons for you and new horizons than what they would have ever thought possible. For example, for those of you where you have moved away from these people and there was a full breakdown or ending in these connections, they're noticing that, ultimately that you're doing better either without them, like say this is in the context of a connection or a friendship, that you're doing better now that connection or friendship has ended, or you've exceeded their expectations in the sense that you have moved ahead so radically, or you're so drastically different to what they envisioned for you. So new beginnings coupled with courage. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I feel for you, you have a lot of courage, you have a lot of inner power and strength, a lot of fortitude. And the things that may make someone else waver or hesitate don't really affect you in that same way. And this is what I'm saying. People may have underestimated your strength. They've underestimated you in general because, again, I keep getting this quiet or silent strength. People may not have seen all of this about you, but I just get now they're seeing. It's like they're showing me someone who's very gentle, loving, and compassionate, has a really pure, loving heart, but is like fierce as a lion, is so strong. And they didn't see that strength behind it, right? Or some of these individuals may not have just seen how powerful and courageous you are, even how confident you are, because it is a quiet confidence. I'm hearing like out of that stillness, some of you have built in silence as well, right? You've patiently built things behind the scenes. So some of why you're surprising them is because they didn't actually see any of this groundwork happening. And then it's like you have this, for example, really successful venture, or you write or create a beautiful book or artwork, and they're like, wow, like where did that come from? I didn't even know that they were a writer, or I didn't even know they had that gift. So you have heart opening, heightened sensitivity, unifying high on love. I'm hearing you've used your sensitivity for the good. And that's what I'm getting as well. People may have seen you as someone that was very soft-hearted, very compassionate, very sensitive. And they could have felt like that didn't always serve you, or, you know, how are you going to move through the world with those sensitivities? But it's like you've used that sensitivity, that beautiful empathy and sensitivity for some of you is going to turn into a beautiful creative work. Or, you know, if this is a business, you could be working with others using that compassion and sensitivity to help them grow. But it's like you work with your sensitivity now and make sure that your lifestyle, your habits, your daily habits match and nurture that sensitivity rather than work against it. You could be someone as well that's very sensitive to, you know, for example, food additives. Even I'm getting like stimulants like caffeine, or like, you know, different alcohol. Your body could just be very sensitive to what you consume, both physically and also in terms of the things you're watching, reading, listening to. So part of why you've had to really get, or a part of your journey has been really making sure that your lifestyle nourishes you and supports you, is because of these sensitivities. And you have creativity, self-expression, life is your canvas. Yeah, you may be sharing something or expressing and creating something that people were not privy to, and they may not have even realized you had a talent or interest in this area. And some of you, I literally think you're very, very gifted at something, a creative talent, you know, or this could be an idea or a business where you're showcasing a talent, but it was hidden. And it's like people are noticing just how gifted you are. So you have forgiveness. Today I bless each soul I perceive to have hurt me. I release them to their own greater good. I can now see that my past provides me with lessons that help me live more fully in the present. I no longer struggle with what has been said and done. I'm grateful for every experience that has brought me here. I fill myself with a love that is pure and free. Yeah, as I said, you're completely unencumbered from the past. You're completely, you know, it said like I've let it go, and that's what I was getting. You've completely made peace with and let go of how others have treated you, or past disappointments or past pain. What people are noticing about you is how graceful you are. It's like when they hurt you or disappoint you or something doesn't work out, you don't get even, you're not vindictive, you don't even get, I feel for this group, you may not even anger, you may not even say much, you may just walk away silently. And it's like, but there's so much power in that, right? And that's what I'm getting. It's like your energy is so, you're able to free yourself from past pain and transmute those energies. Yeah, you've come into unity with yourself and also your higher self. So some of that routine I was talking about could be a spiritual practice. Yoga, meditation, time in nature where you're connecting with God, the divine. Today I bring my attention into the present moment where I become one with my inner light. As I make this conscious connection, I find myself centered in my heart and begin to glow with my own divinity. Union with my inner light provides me with a wise and stable base from which I can now live every day of my life. Number one, people are noticing that you glow, that you have a really bright aura or energy field about you. But I also am getting with this card as well that you're very good at anchoring in the present moment. And this is part of why you live so free, or your energy is so free, because there's no attachment to the past or what was, or, you know, what such and such said. There's just freedom and peace. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 3. So for this group, I feel like people are noticing just how fierce you are, right? Like, look at the intensity in this gaze. Like, there's this sense that people are realizing just how strong you are. I just heard as well, people are realizing that you can overcome anything, that nothing can kind of bring you down, or I should say nothing can keep you down. And it's like you're really hard to disturb, in the sense that I feel there is an element here of being fearless or having overcome certain fears, right? And overcoming the limits, because they're showing me someone, I don't know why I'm seeing someone like, I don't know if it's like the fluffy coat, but I'm seeing like, you know, someone trying to scale Everest or a huge mountain, right? I'm not saying this is not literal. I mean, there could be a sense that you're quite daring or adventurous, but I'm just getting this as a metaphor, that it's like scaling the impossible or overcoming something that for most people would be very daunting. So it makes me feel like some of you've come back from something, or you've bounced back from the brink. And now I'm seeing the, you know, the film Rocky, and I'm hearing Eye of the Tiger. So it's like when you look at that song and the energy, right? It's like triumphing. It's very strong warrior energy, brave, fearless. I can overcome anything. Perhaps you've overcome immense struggle, especially with the 5 of Pentacles and 4 of Pentacles. This could be as well like overcoming hardship. And it doesn't have to be financial hardship. It could be, but it could be like a difficult childhood, or there was some sort of limitations or challenges set on your life that perhaps in other people's perception you shouldn't have been able to overcome, or you at least shouldn't be here today. It's like, how did they get there? Or how were they able to overcome so much? But again, I feel like it's that strength, right? It's that intensity, that power. And it's like your heart always overcomes fear. Your soul and what you believe is possible, it doesn't allow the issues of the physical world or the challenges or the limitations to stop you, because your soul is always more powerful. People are realizing as well how potent your energy is. It's like when they're around you, your energy may be feeling very, I don't know what word to use, but intense. That's what I'm getting. Like there's an intensity here. It's like, whoa, like you're very dynamic, like a force of nature, essentially. You know, there's people that have overcome so many challenges and they're so strong within themselves that their energy is just a lot, right? It's powerful, it's beautiful, but it's almost like that wild kind of, like a wild stallion, like that energy that you can't tame. So people are noticing that you're untamable or unbreakable. There's just something, you know, out of this world, because it's like no amount of physical challenge or fear or disappointment can throw you off balance. Or I should say, can throw you off balance anymore. Even if it did throw you off balance in the past, not anymore. I also feel for this group, you may have done a lot of healing work where you've healed some of the, you know, emotional wounds or difficulties or fears from the past. And that's also what's liberated you into this really potent, powerful energy. With Queen of Swords, people are noticing as well that you may be cutthroat or very direct, like very honest. So they may be noticing that, because I just heard brutal honesty. So they may be noticing that you are very clear. I feel this is especially so with people that, you know, have disrespected you or wronged you to some degree, right? Where they're not showing up in a healthy manner. That's when I think you get out this Queen of Swords energy. But with the King of Cups here, what's funny is Spirit is saying at your core, this is what you are. This is just, you know, it's like you bring out this Queen of Swords energy with people that are trying to mess with you, or people that, you know, just aren't healthy. But, you know, you actually are very warm and loving and inviting and kind-hearted, very generous. So others are noticing, people that really know you are noticing those attributes about you. But I feel like if someone is, you know, crosses you or, you know, doesn't treat you properly, you're not afraid to be really firm and put them, you know, put them in their place essentially, or set very firm boundaries with them. Tell it as it is. And I feel like you're someone that doesn't kind of sugarcoat Your pattern of speech may be very to the point, very direct. You also see very clearly, like your instincts when it comes to other people are spot on. You can tell straight away when someone's lying to you, when they're not living in integrity, when, you know, their energy is just off. I feel like you can always tell, no, like there's something wrong here, or the things that these people or person is saying to me is not matching their energy. But again, I think you have really strong street smarts and survival skills. And I think it's because of what you've overcome or what you've lived through. I also think you're very protective of yourself and your loved ones because, you know, perhaps you have had people that have mistreated you or not been the healthiest or the kindest. I feel like you may be very protective over your peace, who you allow into your world, who you connect with or communicate with. You also may be very protective over those who are vulnerable. Like I'm getting like children, animals, you know, those that are struggling. You may kind of have this, because I'm getting like taking care of the underdog or protecting the underdog. So for some of you, you may have been the underdog at some point, or people are witnessing that, you know, that process for you. I just get this really steady energy as well. People are noticing how grounded you are. Some of you could be like quite physically fit or just very strong in your body and physique. Like you have quite, because I'm getting you're strong internally for sure, but there could be a strength that radiates as well externally or is visible externally. People see you as very strong and unshakable. Again, it's difficult for you to lose your composure. It would take a lot to really worry you or stress you out or shake you up because of how much you've been through. Key to your freedom. Healed inner child, create inner safety, self-kindness. See, even with this card, you may have overcome lack. This could be representing like poverty. This can also be abandonment, overcoming like not having or neglect, abandonment, neglect, or just needing to love and raise yourself in a way. For some of you, you have this fierce independence, like a hyper independence where, and again, but I'm not getting it in an unhealthy way. I just feel like you, at some point on your journey, you may have only had yourself, right? And you couldn't trust the people around you, or the people around you weren't capable of nurturing you. And it's created this energy within you where I'm getting like really strong. It could be fire, like I'm getting like Aries, Scorpio, just very intense energy from you. And you don't have to be those signs. We do have Sagittarius here as well. You don't have to be those signs, but I'm just getting this really bold warrior energy. Yeah, but it's like you may have had to provide for self to some degree. And again, for some of you with healed inner child, this could have been in childhood, or there could have been some difficulties earlier on in your life. But it's like you've created this sanctuary for yourself in your inner realm, within your thoughts, within your inner space. Even for some of you within your home, you may have a beautiful home or be very house proud. And it's like that home is like very peaceful for you. It's very nurturing. It's just a safe space. And you have depths of love. Let go of fear to jump into love. Let go beyond attachments. Yeah, you've completely let go of fear. I feel like there's no fear left. With depths of love though, people are noticing how deep your love runs. Because again, on the surface, they may see you as this Queen of Swords energy, or like, I don't want to say cold, but like kind of tough, a tough exterior. It's hard to kind of break through, but it's like as soon as they get to know you, or as soon as you start to connect with them and you smile, there's this warmth and this love. Because a lot of this power and this passion and this intensity, where's that heat coming from? It's coming from love. It's coming from the force of love. So you actually have tremendous amount of love internally, and when you see those who are either struggling or just in difficult places, I feel like you have so much love and compassion for them. Third eye portal, vision, clairvoyance and clarity, confusion with the tower. You can always find your way out of anything. I'm getting like a cat with 9 lives. You always land on your feet. Again, I keep getting like survival analogies, or being able to pull through, or always finding, you know, an exit or a way out or a way to fix something. You're never bound is what I'm hearing. You've been able to unbind yourself from situations from the past or difficulties of the past, and it's like nothing will ever control or bind you again. Yeah, like I'm hearing for you, there's no limit. People are noticing as well how good your judgment and advice is. You're someone, if you were to give advice to others, although it may be a little, like it could be very honest, it could be like brutally honest, it's accurate. We have magical realms. Belief, confidence, co-creative power. Yeah, you have immense confidence and faith in yourself. We also have 10-10. You're not afraid to walk away. You're not afraid to close cycles. And again, I keep hearing anyone or anything that disturbs your peace, disturbs your happiness, you will happily cut off. You're really good at, your cutoff game is very strong, but you're very good at walking away from what doesn't serve you. You also don't settle. You won't settle in a connection or a friendship or a situation, even a job, a career, if it doesn't really serve you. If it's not in alignment, you'll walk away. You have abundance sitting on the Hermit. People may be noticing that your financial situation has really changed, especially for those of you who have come from beginnings that may have been humble, or you had financial struggles at different points. People may be noticing now those struggles have ended, that you're in a very abundant energy, that, there's a lot of prosperity around you. But I honestly am hearing you've created this for yourself. You may have made really savvy, financial decisions, for example. You may be really good with money, or you may be resourceful. That's the word I'm looking for, where you can take a little and turn it into a lot, or you know how to, I don't think ration is the right word, but you may be good at saving, essentially. You're good at planning, and you also are you're very clever. But it's like this beautiful mix of book and street smarts where you think on your feet. Yeah, I feel like people are noticing just how intelligent you are with that Queen of Swords. Your other card was the Inner Peace. Yeah. With that, and it's funny, this Inner Peace is sitting on the Queen of Swords because it's such a tranquil card, but it's like anyone that steps towards you that is trying to corrupt this beautiful energy that you've generated for yourself, your beautiful life, your inner realm, you have no trouble cutting them off, telling them what's going on, and just moving away. No one can pull the wool over your eyes. Yeah, some of you are literally psychic. You have psychic gifts, wise sage, awareness, call to action, sitting on the King of Cups. People may not have noticed at first with clairvoyance here and psychic gifts. They may not have noticed just how psychic you are, or they may not have realized that part of why with the Queen of Swords, I feel like when your intuition tells you to let go of someone or something, or that someone has hidden motives or is working against you, you always listen and you move in a new direction. But people may not have noticed at that time that you were acting on your intuition, or that it was your connection to spirit that was guiding you that whole time. They may have seen it as impulsive, for example. Say I'm talking about someone that walks away from a toxic workplace or ends a connection out of the blue. They may have seen it as kind of impulsive, or they may not have understood why, where it's like now they see it was part of a higher plan and your intuition was guiding you that entire time. Not a wanderer's a loss, clearing the way, luck, opportunity, sitting on Temperance. So again, you've done a lot of healing from your past, and that's what's cleared the way for you. And that's why you may notice you may have come from struggle, or you've had to struggle at different points in your journey, but I'm hearing this struggle is over. So people are noticing you're coming into immense good fortune. Why? Because you've healed, and look at the vibration that you're in. With this abundance, this inner peace, we have luck, we have opportunity. There's a lot of blessings coming in for you, and people are noticing how drastically your life has changed, but they know it's changed because of you, because of the effort you've extended. Also, people notice that you're not afraid of hard work. You don't back down from a challenge. You don't back down you don't back down from a fight when you feel it's necessary. When it's necessary for you to speak up or put someone in their place, you will do so. But it's like you're not going out starting them, but you'll finish it. You have beyond limitations. Today I exceed my own expectations. I open my consciousness to the infinite. There are no limitations. There is no end. Everything is unfolding in a continuous now. Therefore, I open my thoughts towards a broader horizon. I look beyond my perception of reality, beyond all barriers created from my own beliefs and fears. I'm now open to new possibilities. Yeah, your mind is wide open. And again, you've overcome the limits of the past. And now it's created almost like this golden path with this abundance, these blessings, these opportunities because of what you've overcome within yourself. Well, within your external life and within yourself in regards to like any limiting beliefs. Love appears. I renounce my pain and release my resistance. Today I choose to reside in the light of my being. I rise up boldly and ask for the understanding that will free me of my duality. My prayers are heard and God sends angelic help so that love and peace find their way to me. When I open my eyes, love appears. Again, you're embracing love and peace. You're embracing tranquility. The storm is over for you and you're really, I feel like there's this energy of just wanting to nurture yourself and be in these really positive vibrations. Again, people find you very bold. I keep being drawn to this with fierce presence and bold. There's this sense that you have a very intense, powerful energy. But again, I keep hearing it comes from love. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 4. So what are people noticing about you? People are noticing right now that you're in the midst of a transformation. With the dark night of the soul and death, people may be noticing that there's a lot that you're shedding, that you're letting go of, that it's almost like I'm seeing a snake shedding its skin, that there's this energy that some aspects of your life right now may be falling away or clearing, even aspects of yourself, I should say. And it's to make room for the new. It's like there's almost like a clearing out or a cleansing process that's happening right now. And I feel like the divine is asking you as well, this is a side note, to be really patient with yourself as you go through this process. For some of you, you're healing from, you could be shedding or healing from a childhood wound or trauma or something painful from the past. But for others of you, this is you completely shedding what has been up until this point. Like it's like you're completely letting go of the past, but you may be looking at it one last time. So if you're noticing that there's some energies that are emerging or some memories that are kind of coming to the surface, I'm also getting that energy of like nostalgia or kind of reflecting. It's in preparation for where you're going now, but there is a release here. Because with Two of Wands, people are noticing as well that you're at a complete crossroads and you're about to like go somewhere brand new or start something brand new. It's almost giving the energy of like starting a brand new life or just, being in such a different energy, having, for example, having experienced certain things and now you're in a brand new energy or a brand new phase of life. And, there's new on the horizon for you, but it's like you've got to go through this rebirth or this metaphorical death process or ending process to get there. People may notice as well that you do go through a lot of transformation and that you're drastically different to either who they once thought you were or who you were when you knew them. People may be noticing as well that you're very spiritual or you're otherworldly, people may be noticing that they don't actually know you very well or they don't understand you very well. People are noticing that you're taking your power back, you're reclaiming your self-love, your self-worth, or your self-worth, I should say, is going to the next level. And this is true self-worth. This isn't self-worth that's based on anything external. For example, appearance or money or status. It's based on the soul, right? It's like reclaiming your inner light and following that inner light wherever it guides and leads you. So people are noticing as well, like you are led by the divine. There's a lot of spirit. I don't know how to explain this. People may have trouble putting your energy into words or explaining who you are. Like there's a very ethereal energy to you where it kind of defies logic with this King of Swords, or it doesn't fully make sense to others. Some people may be baffled by you or baffled by your energy. Just how you move is very different because it's led by spirit. But with Knight of Wands in the Chariot, I feel like people feel that or are noticing that after this transformation, everything's going to change for you. It's like you're on this precipice of this breakthrough and it's like night and day. Once you pass through, almost like a portal, you go through the portal and the past is completely done. Right? There's no way to access that energy again. There's no way to return the past. You're just moving on. Yeah, there's something very otherworldly about you. People are noticing as well, like you could be a starseed, that you have a soul, or your energy, your soul origin is very different to most people on Earth. People may be noticing as well that you're embracing your shadow, you're embracing the darkness. You're embracing all aspects of self and becoming whole through this death process, well, through this metaphorical death process. Yeah, it's definitely, this process as well is preparing you for the new. So we have restore here. Time out for you, nature, shamanic signs. Yeah, with this card again, you're going through a huge rebirth. There could be a lot of energy coming up right now, or the energies may be a little bit difficult, or I don't know how to say, like it could be a little, this process may be a little bit arduous when you're going through it, but people may be noticing as well that you're needing more rest, or you're more in a hermit phase, right? Where they're not seeing you as much, or you're really in this energy of going within. Going within and restoring yourself, restoring your connection with yourself, being in your own energy. They may be noticing, I also said nature with that card, they may be noticing that you have a very strong bond or connection with nature and the natural world. You have Way of Pearls. Liminal space, new energies, trust, time of growth. Again, like this beautiful pearl. It's like people know or are noticing that you're becoming something new, and it's leading somewhere beautiful, but they either are not seeing you, or it's not yet visible what you are becoming, or where this journey and this spiritual process and transformation is leading. So it's like it's baffling them in a way, or they know there's something ethereal or otherworldly about what is happening. You also have here Emergence, Master number 11. Creation, Resurrection, Magician. Here with the Six of Cups. Some of you, it's like you're resurrecting parts of yourself that could have been laying dormant, or you're resurrecting the inner child. You're healing and resurrecting the inner child from past wounds or from the past, and that's enabling a new beginning for you. And look what else you have, the Promise. 38. So you have 11, 11 next to each other. Soulmates, attraction, partnership. This is what I'm saying. It's like people can sense that there's something big on the horizon for you. Like huge breakthroughs, huge transformation. For some of you, it could be a beautiful connection. But it's like it's not visible yet. They can't see it yet, and they're not 100% sure about this or the energy, but they think that's what's happening, or they think that's where you're headed. And it's like they're kind of preempting. There's something exciting about your story or your journey or your process, because it's not easily or readily understood. So that's also fascinating them. But you have purity, the King of Swords. It's like you're restoring your own purity. When I say purity, I mean getting back to the soul, right? The purity of the soul, the essence of who you are. That purity has never been tainted by anything that you've been through. But of course, when we've been through certain difficulties or pains or darkness, those shadow energies can kind of veil that light, veil the purity or the essence of who you really are. So it's like you're stripping back either some of that pain and that wounding or any type of trauma from the past, and you're fully healing and transmuting it, or you're stripping away some of the illusions that you've taken on, like the labels people assign you. Or for example, say someone feels a particular way about me, or says something that affects my worth, and I internalize it. It's like you're pulling out some of these influences or these threads that were influencing your sense of self. Yeah, there's a lot of change for you. You have change, you have the Chariot. Everything is shifting for you, and I feel like there's a lot of movement. So coming out of this rebirth as well, you may be prompted to move, to shift, whether this be like a location, this could be, changing, making big changes in regards to your career or your life in different ways. There's this sense that you're right on the precipice of something. I also heard with change in the Chariot, it's like being free, right? It's moving ahead, and it's like you freed yourself. So for some of you, you've been able to heal or let go of certain energies, and now I just heard free, like you're finally free. And I'm hearing that song, was it from Romeo and Juliet, where it's like everybody's free to feel good. There's something here where it's like you freed yourself from something that really affected you at a core level or at a soul level, emotionally, spiritually. And it's like this healing is liberating you. But again, for group 4, this may be quite a difficult process, or right now you could be going through something that does feel, I want to say, very heavy, or it's like, ugh, like the energies are kind of intense or sticky, or it's hard to walk, because they're showing me someone trying to wade through mud, and it's like their feet are getting stuck in the mud and it's hard to lift out. There's something here where there could be a lot resurfacing that's very intense, right? A lot of emotions or things from the past. And again, if you need any support through this process or through this journey, you can always reach out to, whether it be like a counselor, a therapist, or, you know, a friend, someone to kind of help. But I just feel like this is a really intense rebirth that's going to really liberate you, but generate so much light. It's like your energy is going to feel freed up again. Okay, so we have womb healing, S-power, sovereignty. So healing the sacral chakra as well. I get in general, I think I said earlier, did I say reclaiming your power? But I am getting that energy where you're calling, when I say reclaiming back your power, again, this could be reclaiming your power through healing past pain or past trauma, but it's also reclaiming your power by calling all of your energy back to self and you determining your own self-worth with sovereignty, right? It's taking back the autonomy, the power of your energy, your mind, your consciousness, no longer allowing other people to determine who you are, how you'll feel about self, what's right or wrong for you. Yeah, it's just bringing everything back to self. But with the sacral chakra, again, you may have a lot of difficult or painful emotions resurfacing. Yeah, show yourself. Vulnerability, self-worth, feminine healing, and we have bleeding heart. So there's healing around the sacral chakra and the heart chakra. But again, I'm getting for some of you, this may be quite a painful process, or it may be quite uncomfortable. With show yourself as well, it's like you're healing any barriers between yourself and others, in the sense, again, you still have boundaries, but in the sense of if there were past wounds from, with the 6 of Cups, from childhood or from an earlier phase in your life, it's like you're healing these wounds, you're healing the past so that you can relate to people in a very healthy way and you can attract in connections that are very nourishing and healthy. Where there's vulnerability, where there's a foundation of self-worth, self-love, self-respect on both ends. Okay, you have step by step. Today I practice patience. I allow time to fulfill my goals. I understand the wisdom in letting go of control. I know that the true value of each situation lies in its creation rather than in its end result. Therefore, I allow my life to unfold step by step, inhabiting each moment to the fullest, knowing that my soul is forever rising higher and higher to embrace the light. With step by step, this is guidance from spirit for you. They're saying take it one step at a time and be very patient with yourself as you go through this process. Because I'm feeling and getting for a lot of you as well, there's a sense here that, again, you may need to take it one day at a time. And I keep hearing breathe, like you may be going through some heaviness or difficulty, but this is where it's leading with this resurrection emergence. For some of you, this healing is happening around the sacral chakra and the heart chakra because it's enabling you to, whether this bring in a beautiful soulmate, but bring in really healthy, loving, stable connections. But right now, you may be going through this dark night of the soul alone, or you may be in the midst of quite difficult energies and emotions before you align with the new. Okay, we have live for love. Yeah, your heart. See how the heart is healed here. It's restored. Today, I put love into everything I do. It is love that gives life to all things, and I open my heart to this great power. I act gently and speak with kindness. I fill each thought with love and light. I love God and all beings everywhere. I live for love. I love myself. Yeah, your heart and your life is being restored back to self and you're free, right? You're flying free. This is like deep soul. This is healing work, but it's almost deep soul work. For some of you, some of what you're purging and healing from has come even from other lifetimes. For example, You could have had a wound in this lifetime. I know I've kind of gone off topic with this group. It's what people are noticing about you, but I feel like at the end, tail end, Spirit is giving you a lot of messages about yourself and your own healing process, because you may need that right now. But I'm just getting, for you, you may have had a situation in this lifetime or a karmic pattern that was replicating or touching on similar karmic wounds or patterns from other incarnations. And it's like in this lifetime and at this point in time, you're breaking free. And I'm hearing it could have taken lifetimes for this to happen. This is a really huge breakthrough in terms of self-love, self-healing, and having healthy, genuinely loving connections. And this is like a karmic or ancestral pattern that you're breaking and that you've finally broken free from. So what people will be noticing about you is that you're free, that you liberated yourself, that you're healed, your heart is healed completely. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day.